How are we doing, folks? Welcome back to the Nightmare Cabin, and we are doing an unboxing of salts. I've already took it out of the box, so is it an unboxing? It's still in this cellophane, but here it is. This is the 40th anniversary edition of Iron Maiden's Number of the Beast on vinyl. What have we got here? So, a cool few things. I mean, I've not actually got this on vinyl. All the stuff I have got. Yeah, getting them all on vinyl, it was just... I couldn't be bothered, basically. And I've picked some up here and there over the years. But, yeah, I thought there's no way I can't not get this, though. There's a few different things to talk about. Let's have a look. Let's start with Number of the Beast. Yeah, oh, yes. So, we've got the Beast over Hammersmith, which was only previously available in the Eddie's Archive box set. I managed to get a copy. I never bought Eddie's Archive, the box, but the 3 CDs. What did you get? You got Beast over Hammersmith, you got the BBC Archives, and then the Best of the B-sides. And I managed to track all 3 of them down separately over the years. And when I got round to getting the box, I was just like, well, what's the point? I've got, like, you get a scroll and a shot glass, and yeah, it's so bloody expensive now. It was like, I've got the main bulk of it, so. Yeah, there you go. So, I did re-listen to this a few days ago as well, and this gig is awesome. So, I'll be telling you all about that as we get into it. And one big thing about what they've said about this as well is that Total Eclipse is now on the album instead of Gangland. What was it to say here? 8 remastered studio tracks featuring new alternative track lists with Total Eclipse for the first time on vinyl. Beast over Hammersmith. So, yeah, and when Steve Harris, when they announced that they were doing this, and he said that Total Eclipse is now on the album, but yeah, it was on this. It was on this edition anyway, and this run of the albums, they were the only ones that were available when I was growing up. So, the big thing about Total Eclipse being added on it is like, well, it was already on it anyway, and they only took it off when they did the remasters 2015. I think they came out on CD 2018. But yeah, it was them that took it off it. So anyway, and there was a whole debacle. Run to the Hills was coming out before the album, and they decided to put one foot forward and put Total Eclipse. It wasn't so much they thought it was what should we put on the album? And they decided to put Gangland on the album and use Total Eclipse as a B-side for Run to the Hills. And I kind of see why they made that decision. They said it was the wrong decision at the time, but this was the first release with Bruce on vocals. I suppose they wanted to make the bigger impact with the single. And they knew that you were going to get the single and the album, so I don't suppose it really mattered at the time. And not only that, they were both on that. So, yeah, Anyway, now Total Eclipse is going to be on this, and Gangland isn't. So, I hope we cleared that up. And, where's Miss Army off? Here we go. So, yeah, Number of the Beast. Some people think it's their best album. Brian Slagle, is it? The main man at Metal Blade Records says that Number of the Beast is the best album ever recorded by anyone ever, and Steve Harris doesn't like it. So mixed opinions about Best of the Beast. I think a lot of Maiden fans are a bit sick to the teeth of listening to Run to the Hills. Regardless of what you think, I do think it is still a great album. You've still got sort of 1 foot in old Maiden with this one. I think the real transition starts on the next album when Nico joins the band. You've still got sort of 1 foot in the I guess the Paul Di'Anno stage of the band. They still feel like a pub, not a pub band. I don't know. You still get the dark, murky streets of East London on this album. Still, I feel we get otherworldly on Peace of Mind onwards for me. and I think that's mainly to Clive Burr's drumming. So we've got 1 foot forward with Bruce joining the band, but still 1 foot in the old school with Clive. And then when Nico joined on the next one, that's when things really take off. So yeah, some people think this is the best album ever. Some people find it a bit overrated. I still think it's probably one of the most important albums in Maiden's canon, just because of what it did for them. Obviously first album Bruce, it did have Run to the Hills on it, and that was a massive hit. Obviously you've got Hallowed Be Thy Name, you've got Number of the Beast, you've got Children of the Damned. I love The Prisoner. I love the whole album, and I still quite like Invaders, really. I know that song gets a bit of stick now and then, but it's probably because I'm not sick to death of hearing it, because they never played it live, and I only ever hear it when I listen to this album, so I don't mind it so much. But anyway, let's have a look inside. Artwork looks awesome. We got the Beast over Hammersmith artwork there. Obviously, we only get a little one on that, so that's pretty cool to have. Let's open it up then. Here we go. I'm getting this for the first time, just like you, so let's have a look. Yeah, that's cool. Right. Oh, nothing to fall out here. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. Artwork there over Hammersmith Odeon, or Hammersmith Apollo, as it's now known. Right, so you actually get liner notes there from the main man himself, Harry Harris. I'll be looking forward to reading them later. This is all starting to fall out, so let's pull that one out. And what are we got in here? Oh, let's pull that out. Make a note where these have gone. Alright, put that there on the side. And let's have a look. Right, so we've got a really cool photo of the band there. The original back cover. You got a slightly different back cover on these two, so yeah, that was the one I had for ages. This was the recent edition. You see there's a slightly different what one have we got here? Yeah, you got that one. Yeah, great artwork. Let's have a look at the vinyl, shall we? I don't know if it's a funny colour or if it's just plain black. Yeah, it looks like it's. Yeah, it's plain black. Oh yeah, cool artwork there on the little middle bit. That's the Number of the Beast single artwork. How does it sound? Obviously, I don't know at this point, but it says it was remastered. How do you think it's going to sound? You know it's going to sound awesome. I find people that get all hung up and thingy over the sound, I find them to be draining. But yes, you got the whole Beast on the Road World Tour dates there. Bloody hell, there's a lot of them as well. Quite a few British dates as well back then. And so Beast over Hammersmith was recorded just a few days before Number of the Beast was released. So I think Run to the Hills was out at the time. Oh, let's have a look at the. So you can imagine when I was listening to it the other night, songs that are staple of the band now, are introduced as new songs. It's crazy. Like these would be, the majority of the audience would have been hearing these songs for the first time. I don't know if they're particularly necessarily played for the first time on that particular night, but that would have been the first time a lot of people would have heard them. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, no doubt in my mind that it's going to sound great. There's no way that wouldn't have passed whatever approval it needs to pass before being sent to print. But yeah, I did have a listen to this the other day as a recap, and it is an amazing gig. It really is. The band are so full of energy on it. Everyone is just firing on all cylinders, and it's pretty much a perfect set list for its time. Opening with Murders of the Rue Morgue. So although Bruce is in the band, he's still playing a lot of early stuff from those first two albums. It's great to hear his take on them. And yeah, it's just great hearing some of these songs for the first. Well, it's not for the first time, but you know what I mean. So the songs are still fresh, and Bruce, that piercing scream as everything kicks in on Number of the Beast. The scream he does on that is fucking phenomenal, and yeah, every song just flows brilliantly into the next. It's all perfectly set out. Clive Burr's of fine form, and as much as Nico is a 10 out of 10 drummer and is, it's a perfect transition, but I still don't think Clive quite gets the love that he deserves nowadays. So it's always great hearing him. And yeah, I'm glad to get Beast over Hammersmith on vinyl. It's nice that it's got a proper release now, officially. You haven't got to buy a box set in order to get it. And I'm really looking forward to reading the liner notes from Steve Harris as well. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. Like I say, if you was thinking of buying it, getting it, picking it up yourself, yeah, now you know what it looks like and what it's got. That's great to have that as well. That's awesome artwork. I've only ever seen that. There's like little bits that are in books or in like a collage of other artwork. So I'll be putting that on there later, I think. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. I hope that was handy for you. If this is your first video, make sure you go on the channel and go on playlist. I'll put it in the description below anyway. But yeah, if you're new to the channel, I did used to do a podcast on Iron Maiden called Maidencast with me and my mate Luke. We went through the entire Iron Maiden back catalogue, solo albums and side projects included, and we did it all in order. And it took us about a year, just over a year, really, to do the lot. And it's finished now because we ran out of stuff to cover. So obviously we'll probably be doing a gig review when the tour comes round to us. And if Maiden ever do another tour, or if anyone does a solo album, we'll be covering that when it comes out. But up until then, it's all finished. And it's all put together in one nice playlist. So if you are new to it, you can go straight to the beginning and work your way through. You can do an album a week, or do as little as much as you like. And you can use it as an outro or an intro, and then listen to the album, or listen to it as an afterthought, however you like. So if you've got this far, I'd appreciate it if you could give us one of them, and consider subscribing if you're new to the channel. And apart from that, have a good weekend, and I'll see you all soon. Take care.